Welcome to the Writer's Corner, and in this upcoming series, we'll be going through our recommendations, our shows, movies, and other media like video games, books, and graphic novels, and so much more.
Enjoy the writers discussing our recommendations, and we hope that all of you guys check out these recommendations for yourselves.
Each video we will be discussing a specific genre, and we will be saying live action and animated works.
And we hope you have fun watching and learning some shows that will interest you. Now on to the video. Here are the rules.
We can put both animated and live action stuff together and not its separate things. Same with musicals, cartoons, family movies, foreign movies, and video games.
It has to be the main genre of the movie or show, like if it's shown as an action, then it's under action.
And we can't mention too much of a movie or a show if it's already previously discussed. You can only mention it.
Now on to the video.
Anything for you, Noel?
Oh, yeah. So the next movie I would recommend would be Lady in the Water. And I mean, this is kind of ironic since we just talked about The Last Airbender. Because even though like, okay, the live action is terrible, but M. Night Shyamalan, like his other stuff is actually good. So
yeah, it's like a Pandora, or what was it? One of those loot boxes. How about that? Where you get good quality stuff or crappy stuff. Oh my God.
And I think like Lady in the Water is a lesser known movie. Like everybody knows about The Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah.
But Lady in the Water is one that I've loved since I was a little kid. And the basic story is, so there's a guy, he like looks after the building. He's kind of a loner, but everybody sort of knows everybody in this apartment building. And then this woman shows up who he finds out is a sea nymph, but in her world they call her a narf. And her name is Story. And he has to help her get home to the blue world. But there's this creature called a scrunt. It's like this wolf thing that's covered in grass that's trying to kill her. And it's kind of like a different movie. Like, it's not one everybody liked, but it's got the fantasy elements and it's got like sort of a mystery to it because he has to find all these people within what is known as the bedtime story. And the whole idea is nobody knows their role in the story, so they have to figure that out.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, I remember trying to watch that. I think my dad rented it, but I never got to watch it.
Yeah, well, I really like it.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing about this movie, so I'll be interested to watch it. Is it on Netflix or no?
No, it's not.
Okay. I'll find it. I'll sail the seven seas to go and watch it then.
Yeah. Like, it kind of drives me nuts because if you go on Disney Plus, like, almost every other M. Night Shyamalan movie's on there, except this one. So.
Yeah, except this one. This is the only one that's on there. Alright.
Anything else
you want to say about the movie?
I guess the only other thing I would say, like, is it actually kind of feels like the movie's kind of about writing too, so as a writer it's a relatable movie.
Oh yeah, because of the story things.
Yeah, well, her name is literally Story, but there's and all the story elements and the whole like figuring out your role and there's the person she has to meet is she has to meet a guy who's a writer and like so it definitely feels like it actually is kind of a commentary on the power of writing, if that makes sense too. Cool. Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Okay, nice. Alright, alright, mine. Alright, sit back. This is gonna be a long one to explain, so okay. So I recommend watching...
Why?
Okay, I will try to make it as short as possible. Because
which is not a short one either.
I'll explain this whole plot in general. Okay, chill out.
I know this is really long.
Well, just think of like trying to break it down into a log line, maybe.
Okay. All right. Listen. Okay. So, Tyler, I haven't even said anything yet about it.
I know, just that you're gonna lose people in this plot.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, I'll talk about the general plot because it's literally the same plot for most of the series.
I guess that's it.
Okay. Chill out. Okay, let me explain it first. Okay.
Somehow.
Oh my gosh. Just let me explain this. Okay.
I know, just start now.
Alright. The Fate series is basically imagine there's this war with a bunch of mages and they want to grant a wish, and they find that they have this artifact where it helps grant wishes, but they don't want to make it simple, so they decide, we're gonna fight over this grail. And not just fight by ourselves, we also gotta summon a bunch of other people from history to fight for us. Yeah. So when I talk about the people that they summon, they basically summon people from actual history that existed.
From actual history or from storybooks?
Some storybooks and such. This is basically the poster girl for literally the most of the series.
Saber.
Yeah, Saber or Arthur. Yes, I'm talking about King Arthur from Camelot. Except she's a female for whatever reason, because fan service. Ironically, fun fact that this game was basically supposed to be it was
a hentai.
Yeah, an off-brand. It was an off-brand game for the original thing, but then and then it got so popular. They're like, let's make an anime about it.
This one is very popular. So
Except let's remove the sex and stuff. That literally started out this whole thing.
Yeah, let's just remove that part.
There's 7. Correct me if I'm wrong. 7
yes, there's 7.
7
classes,
right? Classes of servants. So there's the saber. They use the sword.
Which is the strongest of them.
Yeah, strongest for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's literally other classes that could be the same, equally as strong, but I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, there's the assassin. There's the archer. There's the caster, and there's the lancer. And
the lancer one that for some reason that keeps dying every time.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about the show is that the lancer always dies.
I don't know why. Right. The lancer is literally a good class, and I don't know why they keep dying.
Yeah,
they are a good class. I don't understand.
I forgot what the 7th one is. I'm trying to remember.
Did you say assassin?
Yeah, I did.
Mage?
Yes. Yeah, the mage is the caster.
Berserker?
Then, Berserker, I did mention that. What is this?
What's the other one?
Oh god, I don't remember.
There's freaking Saber, Lancer, Berserker, Mage, Assassin. Are you sure there's 7 or is there 6?
Is it 6 or 7? Now I don't remember anymore.
Frick, I don't know what the other one was. Archer! Oh my gosh, Archer!
No, I did mention the Archer.
Okay.
I'm very confused now.
No, the Rider!
That's it, the Rider class.
This is so
Rider class.
Oh, Rider! Yes, Rider!
Yeah.
If you're really confused about that, Noel, they basically ride on, carriages or horses, depending on what path
or a ship.
Or a ship, apparently, because apparently that counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, here's how I'm gonna, because since I literally says literally the Fate series, I'm gonna tell you in what order you should watch them in, because most of them are on Netflix already. Okay, so
that one.
Yeah. You can watch the ones on Netflix, because the other ones, they are either movies or spin-off series. Yeah, there's also a lot of novels. There's a lot of Fate stuff. Okay, first off, you gotta watch Fate Zero, because it's the prequel to Fate Stay Night, which is the second one that you should watch. So Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, and then I don't know what's the third one. It's the one that I do not. It's Fate Apocrypha. Apparently, you should watch the next one.
I thought
And
that
then
was like
and then the last one is Fate Last Encore. I don't like that one. It's not that good. I don't.
And if
That's
you
the one I don't
If you want
recommend.
to play games, you should play
No,
Fate
do not-
Extra. Stella.
There's also Fate Grand Order, which I don't recommend because of like
I mean,
yeah,
it's a gotcha game.
it's a gacha game, and
Yeah.
yeah,
You
like,
know, if you want
the
to play
gameplay is
a video
fine.
game, just play Fate Extra Stella. That's a good
yeah,
one.
that one's a good one.
And then also, if you have a PSP, play Fate
Yeah.
Extra.
And if you're wondering if there's a servant that like that exists already, it probably exists. Or is it the same gender? Probably not. They probably like gender bended the whole character. Like
And then, you know, and if they want a female fan base, they just go and keep the gender and make him handsome. Who knows?
yeah, because one thing that I'm planning to watch is called the Fate it's like the beta version of the Fate series where
Fate Prototype.
yeah, Fate Prototype, where it's
Yeah.
basically what Fate was technically supposed to be, but because in that one,
Arthur.
no, because originally Arthur was supposed to be a male, but then they're like,
Yeah.
nah, we're gonna make him into a girl, because fan base,
Not.
because apparently no. People wouldn't like that. I'm like, damn, I would have liked that. I'm like,
The girls would like that.
yeah, like Noel, like give.
Hey,
like,
didn't even the main character's a girl, right?
yeah, the main character's a girl. I'm like,
Yeah, and then our Saber's a boy. I guess they could have. What was it?
it literally should have just
with
left
that
it.
one. They could have had a different fan
It
base.
would
I
have,
guess.
yeah, it would have been totally different fan base if literally the majority of the cast weren't female. That's the reason why.
Yeah, it would have been geared towards more female, more.
Yeah,
But then they
Yeah.
decided
like
the
Noel,
fan
give me
base
a
will
name of a person in history that probably have already made it.
Well, the only person I could think is already a girl, but
No. Just any person in history, they probably have already made it.
George
And it
Washington.
doesn't-
like a real person.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
real
a real person. They've literally they've literally made Jack the Ripper into a freaking
Oh.
servant. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Sherlock
Joan of
Holmes.
Arc.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
literally, she has her own class on herself called the ruler class, which is
Oh,
basically
yeah.
the person who makes the rules.
Yeah, makes no
It's
sense.
a weird class, and I'm like, what the heck is up with the series? Like, literally, Sherlock Holmes
Sherlock
is a servant.
Oh, yeah.
Weirdly enough.
And then also, apparently, I forgot, Van Gogh. She
Yes,
he
Van Gogh.
is a
Van
servant,
Gogh,
and he's a
Tesla.
caster.
Tesla's a servant.
Wait, Tesla?
What?
Tesla. Yeah. Tesla's a
yeah,
servant.
right, Tesla,
This
yes, I remember.
Sounds weirder all the time.
Oh yeah,
No,
and
yeah,
then
though,
also,
not
if
the
you
Tesla
ever
like
went
the
and
car,
played the
but like
games,
Tesla
they
as
even
the person.
expanded the servant classes. There's more now.
There's
Instead
more,
of
yes.
7, there's more. It's
There's
crazy.
more. It's weird. I'm not gonna say that because like there's way too many other than
Yeah,
ruler.
like I said, see, this is why. This is too complicated. I'm sorry.
this is what happens when like. But it's a
Okay,
good
I think-
series. But it's
Oh
a good
yeah,
like-
didn't Giga try to explain the Fate series? That's
yes, just go watch
hilarious.
his video on how to explain the Fate series after you watch at least like
I'll
the
watch
first,
us.
like at least after you watch Fate Zero and Fate State Night, because those ones are like the main story of
Yeah,
like
Blade
you should
Works
really
especially.
you should really care about. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you've explained enough, like, for that people would understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's,
pretty much enough, I guess.
Yeah, but it's a really good series, and I hate the
Yeah,
fact
it
that
is.
it's so
I love-
complicated. and
Okay,
it's,
other than the lore that we shouldn't explain, what we like about it is I love the action scenes. They're so good.
yeah,
Also,
the action scenes
they
are
fit
really, good
well
in
and with
animation.
music. You know
Yeah.
how many music videos there are on YouTube? They're so good.
They're so
You
good.
should watch those. I recommend watching
And-
those
yeah.
instead of the.
Yeah,
while watching the anime.
the openings and the endings are so good, and I'm like, what the frick? And I'm like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, the animation. I really love UFO Tables animations. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh yes, the Fate Grand Order animation. Okay, the movies are actually really good.
High quality.
The high quality. So, yeah. Yeah, that's
really
us trying to explain the Fate series only in a short time. So because we don't have all day, and we don't have 2 years to explain how this works. So
yeah, we're not even like
half of you are probably lost or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably like do another one now, like because we're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. Twilight.
Let's see. Another. I'm just gonna deviate from the timing. I'm just gonna recommend a video game.
Okay.
I recommend Tales of Symphonia. The story is about a group of people who is trying to escort a girl who is a chosen one in their world. Apparently, their planet is dying, so they had to go on a journey to each altar to save the world. But along the way, they go through a lot of things, like an assassin trying to kill the chosen one, and and then they just like discover slowly of what's going on with their journey, like the hidden truths about it. It's like a truth that you don't want to know, but you have to because it's pretty bad. Like I don't know if I should spoil it because the game actually splits into 2 stories, which is really hard because I have to spoil the first half of the game to explain the second half of the game. Maybe don't spoil it then. It's just that it's like a huge bad secret about the journey that they're going through, and
is it kind of like Resident Evil 2 where you jump between the 2 characters? No. Okay.
It's a story about 2 worlds having similar problems, and it has something to do with chosen one.
Okay.
And hidden. Yeah, it's like a weird system. It's like one of those stories where they have to go against a government or whatever to change the rules, basically. And yeah, that's their journey. And the main characters, it's like a cast of very colorful characters. It's great. Like it's aside from the general story, it's mostly about this group of characters. Lloyd Irving, he's like the protagonist, who is best friends with the chosen one, and he really cares about her. It's really cute, and then he has a best friend named Genius. Yeah, in Japanese he's actually called Genius, but his name's Genius in the English version.
Very clever name.
It's really cool. The story's really deep. The world building's good. Like there's so many it's like a story about discrimination, about half-elves. The humans hate them and they think they shouldn't exist, which is so sad because Genus is a half-elf and his sister is also a half-elf, and she's the teacher to the 3 group kids. And you just face a lot of dark things in that game. It's really good.
Yeah, it sounds like if they ever made like an anime of it, I would watch
they
it.
did.
Oh, they
but
did.
It's an OVA series, so it's not really a complete one. I feel like they should make an anime of it because it's a really good story. I recommend it. You could also play it on Steam. It's out on Steam. That's why I recommend the Tales series if you have it, and if you have a strong computer and a controller. So,
my problem is I already have like 11 games I haven't played yet.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's a really good one. I love the characters. My favorite character is a character called Sheena, but I shouldn't spoil who she is. But she's very lovable, and she's funny and clumsy. And also she has like a very interesting interaction with a character named Zelos. And I tend to ship them together, but they butt heads a lot. It's very funny. But yeah, I love them. And yeah, all the characters are very good. I want to talk about them, but short time.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah,
and spoilers because
spoilers.
I
like
just don't
major
want to ruin
spoilers.
the whole story. It's just you should play it yourself to be surprised.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Noel, do you want to?
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. The next movie I want to recommend is The Last Unicorn.
Oh yeah,
That's the animated
that
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I think a Rankin Bass animated, but it's got like that anime style. It's kind of like a hybrid of anime and Western.
Oh yeah, I loved that one. It was really.
I don't know
And
why.
Really pleasing.
And the music in it is fantastic.
Oh, I only remember
yeah,
from
I
the
love the
trailer,
opening.
and I never watched it. But that's it. It was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, it's like what the title says. She, as far as she knows, is the last unicorn, and she sets out on a quest to try to find what happened to the other unicorns. And along the way, she meets this incompetent wizard who's like, he doesn't have Smendrick. His name's kind of hard to say, but he's still sort of learning to control his powers. And then she meets Molly Grew as well. So they travel to this castle where this like creepy king lives. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's got a fantastic soundtrack, and the animation is beautiful to look at.
Oh. Yeah, it is. I love I love the style of the movie. It's very fantasy, and the soft colors is really nice, and I like I like how everyone's drawn. I can't explain
Yeah.
it.
It's a really cool style.
Yeah, it's a very cool style. I kind of wish that some CGs need to explore more. CG movies should explore more on their styles. Feels like they're just striving for realistic in stuff sometimes. But Spider-Man. Oh my god! Did we ever recommend the Spider-Man?
Spider-Man in fantasy?
No, I know I did. I can't believe I'm sorry. My mind, man, it just jumped there. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm just talking about styles, and then the only movie that I just thought of that decided to explore style was Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, or what is it?
Spider-Verse?
Yeah, we can talk about that in our action. I'm pretty sure it's under action.
In our action. Yeah,
in our action.
We'll do that later.
In our next time. But yeah. Any other good things about The Last Unicorn that you want to say before?
I mean, I can't really say any more without spoiling the actual story, but yeah.
But I guess the only I guess I don't know. Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna also deviate, and I'm gonna start recommending some webtoons because I have a lot that I have a lot of webtoons on, or webtoons / manhwa, manga, yeah. So, okay. And warning, a lot of them have somewhat the same elements, but yeah. Okay, so the first one is called Youngest Princess, where, it's not, how do I say this? It's not an isekai per se, because it's still she still dies in the same world because it's has magic and stuff. And so originally she was a master, she was a grand mage, which means powerful mage, and she was renowned because she's also the youngest as well. And so for some reason it's not explained if she how she died, but she was now reincarnated into a princess's body, and not just any princess, the third princess of the Hyperion Empire, which is basically it's like a tyrant-ridden kingdom, but not actually, because since everyone's happy and they are praising the sun and such. And so she's born into this family who's kind of crazy. Her dad, she kills a bunch, is a tyrant of a king, but not really, but because he's stone cold faced. And then as time goes on, she suddenly for some reason starts to open his heart a bit, and her father starts to become this. He used to be this like super serious and he doesn't care. Now he's became this doting father, which is like that happens, and it doesn't and it happens with her older brothers who are twins, but not really. You know, it's like those twins who are like they're twins, but one of them has like blonde and tan. They have blonde hair and tan skin, and the other has black hair and light skin because he, you know, it's I don't know how it works there, but yeah, and they're kind of like insane because they think that, oh yeah, we should just kill them, and then she's like, no, and so she's also like trying to develop her magic abilities while still being in this like childlike body, because she still has memories of her past like life. So
she still remembers who she was before.
Yeah, and she complains a lot for most of it. We're like, I can't move my hand because I'm still a baby, and like, how can I project how I'm feeling without like being able to speak? But like, you know, she grows up obviously, and she starts to like develop her like abilities. But then you know, trouble comes when the wizard society that she was originally from are freaking out because, you know, their grand mage suddenly disappears and they have no idea where she went, and yeah, and they kidnap her and they try to convince her to come back despite the fact that she's literally in a child's body, and she's like, no, I can't really do that because now I have this new family that I have to look after, because, you know, despite the fact that these three people might one day be the death of me, that's not actually how it goes, but she still like grows to love them as like her new family, which is really interesting. And yep, that's basically the gist of the story without me spoiling major things about it. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really cool series. I don't know why this one drawn me. This is one of the first like webtoons or manhwas that like got me drawn in to like the story, despite it somewhat similar to an isekai, but not really, since she technically died in the same world.
Yeah,
it's more of a reincarnation type of thing, but it's not an isekai. But yeah, yep, that's all I can say because I have a lot of webtoons to go through.
All right.
Woo! Yeah.